Hey, what's up, boo? So I can teach you a little deeper, because this is just, this is basics. I mean, I'm gonna try to pass on information here, very general and not very detailed oriented, but this is what I do when I'm actually mentoring. Dog. And things just didn't fall, they fell through, and I just thought that I needed something better. And it happened to be that a little after, I decided that I bought another dog from Brazil. Okay, so this is JW Boost tractor, another import from Brazil. And here are the babies that they produced. Look at the mama, look at her milk. Can you guys hear my babies? They are right here, and they are asking for mama's milk, like they are here in the video. Look at that. So I want to talk to you a little bit about those calluses. Somebody asked me about it, and it's important that I explain to you just so you understand. These big dogs, they're very heavy, and in Brazil, where they came from, most of my dogs, I usually import only adults. As a breeder, I don't like investing on puppies because it is too much of a risk. So I prefer to spend a little bit more money and buy an adult that I already know all the attributes, all the traits that I want, the temperament, everything is already there. So I'm not gonna take any chances. In Brazil, they don't have the habit of having dogs indoors because the temperature there is so perfect, you know, and people grew up with this more of a old school way of thinking. We don't have extreme climate changes, so most dogs just stay outside. And most of the kennels outside for in Brazil, they're made of concrete, so the floors are concrete, the walls are concrete, and these heavy dogs, they just their weight themselves from being on the constant contact with the ground, with the floor, with the concrete floor, with the months, it just goes and make calluses, and it rubs off the hair. I do have a progesterone machine here, so makes it a lot easier. I'm gonna leave the link for the progesterone machine that I use here in case you want to have one. It was not too expensive. It was like $3,000, and I was able to finance it, or I paid it in 3 or 4 installments, something like that. So another thing, when it's time to breed, so you got her right, you got her cleared, you know, flushed, you checked her levels, and you have the male. If it's your male or if it's someone else's male, you have everything on time. Then you're gonna decide if you're gonna do a natural breeding, which I never do, especially if the male is not mine. These dogs are very heavy, and it takes a lot of energy from them to breed naturally. All of my boys can breed naturally, but especially because I have them in breeding campaigns, they breed a lot of females. If every time that I have a breeding, even if they were just, you know, it's natural, it's just gonna take a lot of them, and they're gonna be like this because they're gonna be so exhausted. So to prevent that, I never do naturals. But there's another reason why, and the most important one is there are sexually transmitted diseases amongst dogs. So ideally, both dogs should have a brucellosis test and a herpes virus testing, but most of them don't. So I do have all of my dogs tested. So this way I guarantee that when I'm sending my studs service out, you know, the juice to my clients, you know, they can be sure that they are tested and free of any sexual STDs. So here we go. Let's talk about Hanna. So Hanna is Klaus' sister. Klaus is my main stud, like I was saying. He came from Brazil. He was major success here in the US. He still is. I still have a lot of clients closing him for future breedings, and I wanted something from his bloodline, but a female. So his full sister was available. I brought her here, and I decided to go with Tractor for her first breeding after the pocket fell through. So after you do the breeding, which can be natural, oh, I forgot to say, I'm sorry, you can do the natural, and then you can do the AI side by side. If you have the male, you can go to a vet, or if you have somebody that can do it. I usually do my own AIs. You can do the natural AI, artificial insemination, or side by side AI, or you can do a TCI, which is the transcervical insemination. And it's basically the same technique as the AI, but the tube is going to reach all the way to the cervix. So the timing is also a little different, because AI, you can do about 24 to 48 hours after ovulation, while the transcervical and the surgical, that is the third option for breeding, or the fourth, it's a little surgery that's going to insert the juice of the male in the uterus directly of the female. Okay, and those two, because it's already there, so close to where the magic's gonna happen, they're usually done 72 hours post ovulation. Okay, and these levels you're only gonna find out, you know, when she ovulated, when you're doing the tests that come with the repro vet is gonna request, usually the progesterone tests, and I like to do the vaginal cytology too. And it's very good because you can also detect cysts when you do a cytology. So I do recommend that you guys do a cytology. So Hanna, she came into heat. I did everything that I needed to do. I cleared her system with antibiotics. That I'm not a vet, I'm not supposed to say anything here, but I can give you hints of talking to your vet and which ones I use for cleaning them. And deworming, I also have a protocol of deworming that I can talk to you on my consulting classes or my mentorship classes. And there are certain dewormers that I use, and there are certain days that I use before and during pregnancy, okay? It is very important, especially because my dogs, they eat a lot of raw food, and I have to deworm them mostly as much as once a month sometimes. So females that are pregnant, the feeding is a little different. You better lower down the raw, or even don't give them raw, give them just high quality kibble and supplements. One of the supplements that I use for all my dogs, and especially for my females and my puppies, is the New Vet. New Vet that I have right here. And we're gonna talk about New Vet that just saved Hannah's life just recently in this episode of the birth, and I want to talk to you about this. But this New Vet, you cannot buy it online or in stores. You need a code, a distributor code to buy it. So I'm gonna leave in the description the link for you to get it. And if you do an auto ship, which I highly advise you, because you get 13% and you never run out of it. This one is the powder one, and it comes with 90 servings, which is for one dog is once a day. So 90 servings would be basically 3 months. If you feed them twice, then it's 45 days. Okay, excellent polyvitamins. It's great for the immune system. It's great for the coat, for the bones, for the muscles, for the skin, any kind of dermatitis, any kind of allergies. This is magic powder. I don't exchange this for anything. And there's another benefit that I'm going to be talking to you in a little bit when I tell you a problem that we had with Hanna in this breeding. So we bred Hanna on, we did a surgical on her, and 32 days later, I took her to the vet, and she was 133 pounds at 30 days. And then on day 52, which means 24 days after I took her to the first visit, she had a second visit, and she was already 10 pounds heavier. So this was the week of the birth. A few days earlier was 3 days before birth, and we did an x-ray to check the position of the babies, to do a puppy count, because with the x-ray you can do it after day 51. After day 51 of the pregnancy, that's when you can actually do oops, sorry guys, I missed it here. After day 51 you can get the puppy count, and you do an x-ray. You don't do like the first time to confirm, you do an ultrasound. That's when they're gonna kind of see the sex there, and they can kind of count, but it's never accurate. It's very rare, unless there's only one or two. It's very rare to count exact number at day 30, 32, after day 30, depending on the machine of the doctor. Of course, after 30 days they might be born, so you want to do the x-ray around day 52, 53, 54, because the pregnancy usually lasts between 58 and 63 days. Okay, I usually count 63 days post ovulation, but when they have a lot of puppies, guess what, they never go to 63 days. They usually deliver around day 60 or even 58. And this is what happened to Hanna. This was day 55. That's when I took her. I'm sorry, it was not the day 52, it was day 55. We cannot see very well here because the video quality is not very good, but in the picture I could count. We counted 9 puppies, but for my surprise, we had 11. So this is what the x-ray is gonna look like. You can see the heads and you can see spines very, very clearly. Okay, but sometimes they overlap each other, so you don't even have a very exact number unless it's less puppies. So on day 55, my vet said, Aurea, she's not ready to deliver. She's not ready for a C-section. The puppies are not ready. They are not completely formed. Their lungs and their kidneys are not completely formed. So let's wait a little bit, because she was suffering. She was very heavy, and I wanted to see if I could do the C-section before day 60. But again, I was watching her signs, and that was a Friday. I'm sorry, that was a Thursday. On Saturday, I was pretty sure that she was going to deliver either Saturday night or Sunday night. Usually they deliver at night. I don't know why, don't ask me. It's just a mother nature thing. There are exceptions, but usually I've had many breedings and many litters in my house. 90% of them start at the end of the afternoon and they last all night, sometimes until the morning, when they deliver naturally. Because my Dogo Argentinos, I've always had them naturally. They never have a problem. Very rarely I use C-sections. So here, day 55, doctor said they are not ready to come out. I hope that she can wait until Sunday, because Sunday they should be ready. So on Sunday, they weren't born on Saturday, thank God. And on Sunday morning, I had a feeling on Saturday that they're gonna be born on Sunday. So on Saturday night, I called this clinic that my vet referred to me. It's a beautiful clinic that I have never been to before. It's called Veterinary Medical Center of Athens in Texas. It's one of the closest ones to me because there's nothing near where I live. Everything is very remote here. And in the weekends and at night, if I have an emergency, I gotta go to Dallas. And in Dallas, I'm gonna be paying from $5,000 to $6,000 a C-section overnight, especially on a weekend. So imagine that I was very lucky to find out that this clinic opens during the day until 10 at night, Saturdays and Sundays. So I went ahead of myself. On Saturday, I called the clinic and I made an appointment for a possible C-section late Sunday, on the next day. And I was hoping that she was gonna just make it through the night of Saturday. She was very tired. She was panting, she was barely moving. She just wanted to lay down. So I said, no, I wanna see if we can take these babies out of there. The thing is, they can only do a C-section if they will do a progesterone, a reverse progesterone. So the same progesterone that we did there to see if it was going up, when they are going to deliver, it's gotta be going down. And the ideal number is 3 or lower for this type of the professional machines that we're talking about. It's not the same in every machine, remember that. But for the IDEX, which is the ones that veterinarians usually use, the reverse progesterone ideally has to be under 3. So I went there and I was like, I hope she's under 3, because she had a chance. And I tested her this in the same morning at my house, and she was an 8. So I was hoping that she was gonna drop to a 3 at the same day. It sometimes takes 24 hours for them to drop that much. And because she was suffering so much, she was so heavy on her, I was hoping that she was gonna drop fast, so because then the vet was gonna agree to do the C-section. So I went to this beautiful clinic where I had an appointment for 4 p.m. Hoping that, the later the better, the later the lower the number was gonna be, so I wouldn't waste my trip there, because it's about an hour from my house. And I was very pleased with the Med Center of Athens. Beautiful clinic. Everything seems to be brand new. It was huge. I got there, it was empty. And then the second time that I went in there and I made this little video, look at this. Everybody decided to go to the vet on a Sunday. Very organized. The ladies there were extremely attention, and they were showing so much love to Hanna. They treated her so nicely, and it's such a beautiful place to be. I mean, my big shout out to the hospital, the veterinary medical care of Athens. because they did an amazing job for her. So this is when we enter the room to wait for the vet technicians to check her up. So there she is, poor girl, can't even walk. This is the the brain that they have babies and what they got to do, and even the milk didn't drop, because usually the contractions of the uterus during a natural delivery is what make the for YouTube and TikTok. This reel went viral. We got 500,000 views almost in YouTube, and I think 200,000 as of today on TikTok. The colors seem very similar, but I'm gonna show you another video later that it changes, okay? and it's basically free. You don't have to buy it. So this is what I was doing, plus the new vet, and giving the syringe with electrolytes. There's one product that I use called Bounce Back. I put it in the water, and I was giving the syringe with electrolytes to make sure that she doesn't dehydrate. When you're a breeder, my mission here is to make sure that I spread out as much awareness and information about dog breeding, because I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't have anybody teaching me. I did have some good mentors, but a lot of things I'm learning as I go, and it's a pleasure for me to share them with you and to know that maybe I can save a life. Okay? Stay tuned for other episodes. Make sure that you subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit that little bell. See you next time.